Hey y'all, I'm not sure if it's the Virgo moon, but I think it is. It's just usually when I read the cards, the tarot cards, I go with emotions, and emotions are colors to me. So I just try to describe the colors. A Virgo moon feels like trying to explain emotions in a mathematical formula, like try to make it a number instead of a color. That's why the readings that I've been doing today have been so freaking abstract, but I'm hoping that we'll get a simple love reading today, and I will be influencing the energy a bit when it comes to that. What I mean by that is I will be pulling from a love deck. So, actually, yeah, this is the Twin Flame deck, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna pull 3 cards before we start with the reading. Oh, Ghosted came out. Romantic feelings. Okay, so this is not, yeah, I saw single down there. That's what I was gonna say. We have 3 cards coming out exactly. No more on the top or the bottom. So the first card was ghosted, disappear, silence, ignored, rejected. Romantic feelings is the second card, which says falling in love, affection, happiness, emotions. And the third one is spiritual awakening. So, okay. This could be what you have been going through lately. You could have been ghosted by someone. There might have been a silence, an unexplained silence between you and another person that you had romantic feelings towards. You were starting to fall in love with them. You were starting to build like a bond with this person, is what I'm hearing. And I would like, before I move on to the spiritual awakening, because I would like to understand why you had a spiritual awakening. And to understand that, I'd like to know how this relationship has progressed, because for some reason I'm not feeling, yeah, wow, I'm in tune today. It's crazy. This energy is crazy though. The Virgo moon is very clear with its signs, at least. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and not looking to get into a relationship at this time. You can't make it up. Jesus. Okay, so finding myself is the second card that came out. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. I was planning on doing an actual giddy love reading, but I guess I am channeling a very Queen of Swords collective today, very focused on themselves, focusing on finding the truth and whatnot. And I guess you being ghosted, even though you had such, I'm hearing that you cannot believe, the spiritual awakening you went through was that you couldn't believe that the amount 0303 on the timer of emotions you poured into this connection was reciprocated with nothing. That kind of shook you awake. I shouldn't laugh because you did develop romantic feelings, but it like you might have laughed yourself, because that's what I'm feeling. Like you were like, damn, I'm a clown. You felt like a clown. You felt like Boo Boo the Fool. Why are you putting in so much effort when nothing is coming back? Like literally nothing. I'm hearing that you double texted. I'm hearing that you called and no one answered. I'm hearing that you saw them post on the internet, but they didn't reply to your messages. I'm hearing that you bought them gifts for Christmas and they didn't give you anything back. I'm hearing situationship. I'm hearing trenches. I'm hearing I was gonna say dating cesspool, but I feel like we're going too negative now. But this is, I'm channeling your energy at the moment of realization that you deserve a little bit better than that. So now you are focusing your energy inward. Again, you are single, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to figure out who you are, what you want out of life. You need this space to figure yourself out. And I'm hearing that right after beating yourself up for giving this person so much love without receiving anything back, you immediately caught yourself and said, no, the mistake doesn't lie with me. It lies with this person. Because what kind of human being doesn't even communicate? You know what I mean? I think you got the conclusion, like you got the, yeah. You came to the conclusion yourself because you figured out that you're perfect just the way you are. You're a lover girl or a lover boy or everything in between and beyond. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attract it. someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. So I'm hearing Schmeck's magic, but like with yourself. O method again. This has been coming out before. I had that in a different reading this week. You're very much focused on self-love, very much so. This is not narcissism. This is self-gratitude, self-love, just a really healthy and loving relationship with yourself. It feels very magical, is what I'm hearing. So this, we haven't pulled any tarot cards yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some, but the energy in here is blog. Why do I feel like this is the, okay, this is very woo. I had no indicators for this, but I just felt, I'm gonna listen to my intuition, and I just felt that there's messages from this person in this deck. The decks have different energies is what I've been realizing. I've only ever used one deck for my own readings, but now that I've been posting online, I've started using all my different decks, and they all have different personalities. It's really, really interesting. So let's see your person, the person that ghosted you. I guess some of you are curious. If you're still watching by now, you're curious about this. Your person's inner critic is tearing them the fuck up right now. We have strength coming out in the reverse, so they're doubting themselves. They feel really weak. They are insecure. They are being eaten up by their own subconscious is what I'm hearing. So this is giving adventure time when Finn goes into his mind room. They're very much so in a dark space at the moment. They don't have control. This is not even that much of a dark space. If you're a Scorpio, if you're an 8th house stellium, if you're a 12th house native or something like that, I don't know. I'm not into astrology as much as tarot. You will understand that this is just another day, right? But to this person who has an issue with confronting their emotions, an issue with emotional vulnerability and intelligence, this is torture. Having to deal with these emotions coming up is not nice. They feel weak and insecure at the moment. And they are contemplating. They're resting. I'm hearing they're also single. It's not like they ghosted you because there's someone else. They just couldn't deal with this, whatever this is. I'm also getting, and I'm feeling called to take it, the eight of Pentacles in the reverse. They have a hard time letting loose emotionally. They want to always look good. They always want to be perfect. They cannot just pig out and like be raggedy, emotionally as well as like actually physically. They have a hard time just showing vulnerability, and they made you feel bad for it. This could come from a wound in childhood. This is my inner child card, nostalgia, 6 of Cups. So childhood trauma, now they have a hard time trusting. They might be an avoidant. And yeah, they're just explaining themselves. They're not asking for forgiveness or anything. They're literally just, it's not an excuse. It's just an explanation. All right. Okay. I feel like, no, let them speak. Let them speak. It feels like I'm a marriage counselor right now, like a therapist. I want to let everyone, yeah, I saw the King of Cups in the reverse, so very insecure person, very unsure of their own emotional landscape. They get lost very easily. While you wander in there, you're like the hermit, you have your own light, you have multiple lights just beaming. So you don't feel like you're even in the dark. Meanwhile, they have nothing. Their flame is barely lit. They see you as the Queen of Swords. I just seen her, but she didn't come out. They see you as the Queen of Swords. That is insane. That was on the bottom deck earlier before I started shuffling again. So they want another opportunity. They're manifesting another opportunity with you. I know they said they're not asking for forgiveness, but they are manifesting another opportunity. They want an organic development of this connection so that you might meet again years later when they finally become the person that they need to be to court someone like you, right? They're dreaming, they're fantasizing about having another opportunity to show you the skill they've developed over the years, right? Over the years. Anyway, that's your reading, Queen of Swords. Thank you so much for being here. That's my last reading for today. I'm gonna go sleep now. Bye.